Good evening to all. Yesterday no class due to some problem, technical problem only. The class stopped. No issue. I will start the session in 2 minutes. Wait for 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, I will start. Hope my voice is audible to everyone, and I shared the screen. I think share screen is also visible. Yes. Okay. In 2 minutes, I will start. Okay. So, good evening to all. We'll start the session. So, till now we discussed the different ways of writing the query, and in the last session, mainly we discussed the concept of join. The main purpose of join is combining two tables into a single table based on some condition. In what situation we are moving to join? If our information is present in more than one table, I need some data. The data is not in a single table. The data is available in multiple tables. In that situation, I applied the join operation and then I retrieve the data. Okay, once the join is completed, now we are moving into another topic. The topic is subquery. This is the topic for the today's session. Subquery. What is mean by subquery? A query means select star from insert to update to whatever the statement we return, that is called query. Subquery means one query is written inside another query. One query is written inside another query, that is called subquery. Okay, remember, the query that is written inside is called subquery, and the query that is placed outside, that is called outer query. The names also important: outer query, subquery. Okay, first to remember one main important rule. The remaining rules are as it is. Okay, whenever we move on we will discuss. One important rule is the subqueries are written inside parenthesis. The subquery is written inside parenthesis. This is the most important thing. Clear? Now, along with some multiple rules are also there. So, what are the rules of subquery? Give some result. That result is compared with the outer query results. Depending upon the operator we are using, it will be changed. The subquery is used with the select operator, is used with the from, is used with the group by, used with the having, and the order by. And order by, remember, order by, it is not possible. Order by is not possible in the subquery. Anyway, the outer query it is possible. This is the another point you need to remember. Everything is common. Whatever the conditions there, if you remember, remaining is common. Every time you need to write in the parenthesis order by is not allowed, and the remaining operators in, no, not in, all, any, exist to, non exist to, all these are possible to apply. All these are possible to apply. Clear? Now, if I write one example, then only you will get the complete idea about subquery. Not a problem. By moving with an example, you will get the complete detail. Okay? Anything? Query in a query is called subquery. Yes, one query is written inside another query. The query that is written inside is called subquery. One question is why we are moving into subquery. I will explain with one example. With one example, then you will get an idea. For example, till now we are using one table, employee table. Maybe what are the available, whatever it is, assume employee id, employee name, I think what you have, employee id, employee name, I think city is there, city, salary. Okay, for example, these are the fields present in the employee table. Okay, now I will write a query like this. I will write a query like this. See the query. Select what are the columns you want. You will write down the query. For example, I want some employee name, comma, city. Whatever it is. I want employee name, comma, city. If you want salary, you can write all the fields or else write star. Okay. From EM. Till now, everyone have no doubt. So from the employee table, I am writing all the details where followed by, generally up to now we are writing one condition. For example, where salary greater than 20,000, we are retrieving only the employees whose salary is greater than, where name is equal to this one, where employee id or where city, whatever the condition you written, understand carefully, the values are written according to the condition. From that retrieved only these values are printed. Now here what are doing, after followed by where, here I written the statement employee id in. Here right now I am using in operator. You can use any operator. In, within bracket, select employee id from some EMP, the basic example. Anyway, I will extend step by step. Now, what happened? First, this entire thing is a single query. This entire thing is a single query. In this is called subquery. Always remember, in the given query, first subquery is executed. First subquery is executed. So select employee ID from EMP. It what it returns? It returns all the employee IDs. Suppose employee is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Assume these are the employee IDs are available. Now we are retrieving these details where the employee ID in this. That means only these employee details are retrieved. These employee details are retrieved. Sir, what happened? Now I will explain with an example. MySQL. If you move with an example, then only it is easy. Otherwise, it's difficult to understand. Anyway, not a problem. First to use college. Okay, now select star from EMP. Select star from EMP. This is the employee table I already have. Now, what is the query I written? Select e name, comma, salary, comma, city from employee where employee ID in select select employee ID from EMP. Close. Now what happened? First to inner query is executed. What the inner query result? It returns all the employee IDs. If the particular employee ID in the employee table matches, that the records are retrieved. Anyway, for this example, see this one. This first step returns all the employee IDs. That is the reason I am getting all the employee ID details. Now, suppose where salary some greater than 25,000. Now observe the answer. Here what happened? First this query is executed. What is the output of this query? For your understanding, I will execute the inner query from EMP where salary greater than 25,000. Now what is the answer? Second record Naga, Vikas, Krish, Ravi. Only these four records employee IDs are getting. We are getting employee IDs of only four records. Now here this is the first two employee ID. If it is present, that is retrieved. If it is not present, that is not required. See, only 2, 3, 5, 4. So here first to EID value is equal to 1. 1 is present or not, not present. We are not retrieving. 2 is present, yes present. 3 is present, yes present. 5, 4, 6. 6 is not present. I think you clear how do write a subquery. This is the basic query. Here you apply some conditions. Here you apply some conditions. Sir, what is the use of this one? The use is instead of writing the single query to confusion, we are writing the query step by step, part by part. First, from the entire table, we are retrieving some data that satisfies the condition, and from that only we are retrieving my values. From that only we are retrieving my values. Clear? This is not complete. This is the very basic example. Now what is the syntax you need to follow? Select followed by column 1, column 2 and column n. Whatever the columns you want to display in the output, all the columns from the table name, from which table you want to retrieve. Okay, where this is compulsory, where one column. So like employee ID, here the important is operator, not only in. Whatever the operator you want, you can retrieve the operator within bracket. Again same logic, select the list of columns you want from the table name. If you want, you can write the where condition. This is the basic syntax we follow. Anyway, I explained one basic example. How do we retrieve the data? How do we retrieve the data? Now same understand. I am retrieving these columns. Here I applied some where condition also. Now I will change one more, converted into one more example. What I am doing, understand? Select, suppose employee name, comma, salary, What are the other fields you want? I think what is that? City. City. From EMP. The basic syntax follows the basic structure. Select employee name, salary, city from the employee. Okay. Now, where, sorry, give some space from employee, where my salary is equal to, my salary is equal to, select salary from EMP. What is the output? Subquery returns more than one row. Understand the point carefully. Here, what is the answer? This one is a very, very important. Previously, I written in operator. Okay, here this is the subquery. This is the subquery. According to this condition, my subquery returns 4 rows. My subquery returns 4 rows. Clear? By using in purpose is you need to check in a group of items. So no problem. But here select salary from employee. Total I have 6 rows where salary is equal to, how do you compare with 6 rows? That is the problem. Every time writing the condition is not only important, along with which operator you are using, that is also important. Now how do I change max salary? Now understand my point. From the subquery, I am find out the maximum salary. Suppose according to the example, maximum salary is equal to 50,000. Now this subquery returns 50,000, where that is we are retrieving these details whose salary is equal to 50,000. Press enter. See, you got it? Understand, if you are using in operator, not a problem. Suppose here I am using greater than, not a problem. Equal, less than, not a problem. That is greater than means all the records whose value greater than, less than is all the records. But if you equal, it returns 6 rows. How do you compare? How do you compare? If it returns single row is equal to, I think you understand the meaning of is equal to. So anyway, select max of salary from EMP. I think this is the maximum salary. This is the maximum salary you are getting from the employee table. Now everyone clear with that one? Everyone clear? Now move to next one. Exactly, in operator is completed. Suppose in the similar fashion, instead of is equal to greater than means it retrieves only the records whose value is greater than, only the records whose value is less than. Okay, and one more point. Anyway, example plays very crucial role here. The examples plays very crucial role. Mm, where is this coming to this MySQL, where here I will write down like this, not in, it is also available, it is also available. What is the output? I think you understand. It returns the employee IDs whose value greater than 25,000. Now we are retrieving the values whose employee IDs not in this list. Not in this list. Those two are printed. Only those two are printed. Suppose print EID also. Now see, 1 comma 6 are not printed. 1 comma 6 are not available. Why? 1 comma 6 salary is less than 25. this subquery does not return 1 comma 6. That is the reason 1 comma 6 are present here. 1 comma 6 are present here. Clear? Now, if you want, this is one way of writing the subquery. Generally, the subqueries with the select and operator. Now, one more variation is from. In the from also, we are using the subquery. Suppose it is somewhat difficult. Compared to previous one, the from is somewhat difficult. What happened? From we are writing the subquery. Simply it returns some output. Remember, it returns some output. Internally, whatever the output it returns, it is created as a temporary table. It is created as a temporary table. Anyway, I will explain with one example. Select, write down any query. Select, for example, maximum of salary. Consider the same example. Here I used maximum of salary. If you want, you can write minimum of salary. Minimum of salary. If you want, you can write average of salary. Whatever you want, I am doing all the operations from here, right? Previously, how I written? Previously, after from, you are writing table name. But here, after from, we are not writing table name. Now see what I am writing. Select, suppose employee ID, assume, select employee ID, and if you want to use group by, you can use group by. So previous one I am not using group by, suppose group by. Further, what I am doing, count of employee ID. Here whatever you are written, that is not a point. Okay. Yes. Yes. As means alias name. I already said it creates some temporary name. It creates some temporary name. For example, as you can create one name. What are the name? For example, the name is some table one from employee. From employee. So if you want, group by, on what basis you want to group? Example, city. If you want to base on city, you can base on city. Group by. Yes, this entire thing. For example, table 1, here you can give table 2. Here I think everyone is unable to understand. Now I will execute step by step. You will get an idea. Select what I return, employee ID. I return count of employee ID. From count of employee ID, I given some alias name. For example, the name is table 1. From table 1, as table 1 as items from EMP. Okay, from EMP. Same logic. Group by, on what basis you want to group? Suppose group by city. Select list. Okay, employee ID. Yes, select list is not in the group by. Okay, so here I grouped according to employee ID as table 1. So count of each employee is available only one time. Each employee is available only one time. For example, so 1, 2, 3, count of salary. group by. So group by, okay, count of, okay, salary. This is count of is for salary. So this is not possible. Now non-aggregated function. Okay. Now I will change. Anyway, previously we got the answer. Remember this answer. Now, how I will write my program? Select. Suppose the maximum of assume salary, comma, min of salary, min of salary from. Here previously I am writing table name. Right now I am not writing table name. Select employee id, comma, suppose employee name from employee. Now, every derived table, understand the points. This is important. For this only I given an error. Every derived table must have its own alias. What is mean by derived table? Whatever the subquery you written after the from, internally it creates one temporary table. That temporary table is called derived table. That table must and should have some alias name. Must and should have some alias name. Now, again see. So, select employee ID. This is the first one from employee, not completed. For this is table one for this one only. You got my point? Understand where to write. Here I written a employee name. You got my point? Suppose here from employee, yes, some table one. Now, salary in field list. What is the problem? Is the salary is available or not? Yes, available. I will explain with errors only. Then only you will get an idea. If directly I read the correct query, no use. Now, read the point. Salary is available, but here the column, unknown column, salary in the field list. But this is available, then what is the problem? Anyone understand what is the problem here? Now I will show you. Just to for your understanding, again, right? Select maximum of salary, comma, minimum of salary from. Here I write down some query. Select employee ID. Select employee ID, and if you want, you can write some count. That is your wish. If you want, you can write. Otherwise, you can ignore. Count of employee ID, count of employee ID, remaining names are your issue. Yes, yes, salary. What happened? Again, group, sorry, I forgot to write group by as salary from EMP, from EMP, group by, group by some city. So again the function, what is have group by city? This is the problem. Group by city, this is the problem. Now here group by employee ID. You are getting the answer. Here what is that one? What is the meaning of this entire subquery? I will explain. Understand carefully. Here, anyway, you are getting one answer. Whether it is right or wrong, that is secondary. First, you are getting answer. According to that one, we will change. See, first, Now here observe what happened. We are retrieving the employee id and count of employee id as salary. That means this count of employee id is renamed as salary. This count of employee id is renamed of as salary, and this is grouped by according to the all employee IDs are unique according to this one I grouped. For example, I always forget. Employee ID, city, count of employee ID, EID only. Select list is in not group. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this query? This count of ID is renamed of salary. So, one employee, one salary. So, how many count? Just to count. Okay. From this, what you are getting from this, one table is created. The name of the table is table 1. Now, this entire thing is called table 1. From this table, what is the maximum salary? 1. What is the minimum salary? 1. Now you got it. From, in this way we are using from. While you are practicing, you will get simply what is your aim. Create some table with multiple columns, then it is very easy to solve. Only 3 to 4 columns is difficult to understand. Create suppose salary, age, remaining fields also, then it is very easy to understand. Anyway, I think you understand. From creates a temporary table. The temporary table must and should give alias name. From this, actually after from what you are writing table name, this is the table name. Clear? Now next point is we have one term, correlated subqueries. We have one term, correlated subquery. This is also important. Observe, till now I am writing the subquery. It returns some answer. Based on that answer, the outer query is executed. Correlation means dependency. Correlation means dependency. That means the subquery is depends on the outer query. Suppose if you want to execute subquery, the subquery depends on outer query. That is called correlated subquery. That is called correlated subquery. For example, simple thing, select employee name, salary, city from employee city from employee table where for example employee, here we are writing one condition. Suppose assume my salary is greater than, here I will write down one condition. If you want to do what operation, suppose maximum or average of salary from EMP, where with one condition, suppose city is equal to or salary is equal to E dot city. Here observe where city is equal to employee city, we are retrieving the records, and here you need to calculate the average salary from the employee. Okay, here the condition is this one depends on this one. Here why I am writing E dot city, Suppose if you written city is equal to Delhi, city is equal to etc., that happens successfully, but you are retrieving from the table. I will show you. Select employee id comma employee name comma salary comma city, or instead of that you can use star also. From employee, suppose a variable name e, where my salary greater than. Okay, here I will write down the subquery. Select average of salary from employee. Now you are getting the answer. What happened? Average of salary means simply I am taking the average salary. So what is the average salary? Select AVG of salary from employee. This is the average salary. So here this greater than, this subquery is replaced by 33,000. It returns only the records whose value is greater than 30,000, 33,000. But here what I am doing, not only average salary. Here I will write one condition. Suppose the city is equal to E dot city. Now observe the previous output and this output, previous one and this one. What is the thing here? I am find out the average salary from employee where city is equal to E dot city. For that, I will execute this query. Understand? Select star from employee. How many cities I have? HYD to Hyderabad, BNG to Bangalore to Delhi. Okay, to Bangalore to Delhi. Here city is equal to E dot city. The meaning is comparison. The meaning is comparison. What is the here Delhi and Delhi? What is the average salary of Delhi? Approximately some 40,000. What is the average salary of Bangalore? So approximately some 40,000. Here you are getting the average salary whose condition is match. We are retrieving only the records whose salary is greater than average. Suppose for Hyderabad the average is only 20,000. So greater than that one only we are retrieving. I think you understand. This is depend on the employee table. That is depend on the employee table. Such queries are called correlated subqueries. Such queries are called correlated subqueries. Clear? Simple thing is, my only suggestion is here just I am given one idea. Create multiple tables and apply different scenarios. You will get the outputs. You will get the outputs. Okay. And one more thing is also available. So like in no, not in, we have exist. What is mean by exist? Exist in the sense the output is true or false. The output is true or false. That means simply to check whether the data is existed in the subquery or not. If it is existed, it returns true. If it is not existed, it returns false. Not existed, it returns false. What is the meaning? Suppose select some employee name. What are the, suppose salary comma some city, whatever you want you can write from employee where. Here I will write down exist, where exist. Write down the subquery. Select some star from employee. Here if you have multiple tables then it is very important. Multiple tables means I think one second. We have one more table is also there. Show tables. Yes, department table is also there. Select star from department. Okay, okay. One ID is matched. Now write down the query. Select employee name, comma salary, comma city from employee. From employee where I will write down the condition exist. Select star from department. Select star from department sum D. Now where where E dot employee ID is equal to D dot employee ID. Now I think you understand. So first you understand this one. What it returns from the employee table employee IDs are compared with the department table employee IDs. If there is a match, suppose now only 1, 2, 3 are matched. So here it retrieves that information whose matching occurred. If from this you are getting these details, if this is exist here, that data is printed. If it is not existed, suppose instead of exist you can use not exist. You can use not exist. See, other than this 1, 2, 3, remaining are available. Remaining are available. Okay, exist, not exist. Suppose I will write one more query. Suppose select star from employee where row employee ID, comma. I will explain. First, I will write yes, employee ID, comma, name is equal to, I will write down the subquery. Anyway, by seeing this one, you get one idea. So here I will write down the remaining query as usual. What I return, select employee ID, okay, employee ID, comma, some department name. Department name is there. Second, yes, department name is there from department D, where E dot employee ID is equal to D dot employee ID. Name, where name, sorry, where employee name. An empty set is written. What happened here? An empty set is written. Anyway, the query is executed successfully. These queries are called row queries. These queries are called row queries. For example, here, this query select employee ID and department name. What are the department name? These are the department names. For example, here we are retrieving the where there is a match. So what are the matching values? 1, 2, 3. For that 1, 2, 3 department names are 1 triple CSC ECE. First, this query is executed. It returns that value. It returns department CSC ECE triple E 1. Now, here we are retrieving all the columns from employee, all the records where row. That means instead of matching a single item, it matches multiple items. It matches multiple items. That means When you got the output in your tables, more than 1 2 columns must be matched. In my example, even though employee id matched, the employee name and department name no match. That is the reason it creates an empty set. You got my idea? So up to now, if only one column is same, we are retrieving. But here instead of two, I am checking the row whose employee ID, employee name same. That means instead of writing the multiple conditions here, I am writing like this. These are called row queries. These are called row queries. Okay. Suppose if you written mm, department consists of, so no match, only one is matched, only one is matched. That is the reason create empty table. Now what is your aim? You need to create a table that consists of at least two matching columns, then only you will get the answer. If you get two matching columns, then you will get the answer. Now one more last query for this type of example. Select employee id from emp where employee id greater than, I think already explained anyway, all select employee id or employee id from department empty set. That means here what is the answer? Here we are retrieving all the employees. So return all the employees, it is greater than all these values. But all these values is not possible anyway. If any is, if it is greater than any, except minimum value greater than any, here one is there. That is not possible. Two is there. Here one is there. Two is greater than one, three is greater than one and two, four is greater than one, two, three, so on and so on. You can use all, means it need to satisfy all. If you are using any, means it need to satisfy one thing only. Need to satisfy one thing only. Now briefly I will explain, understand carefully what we discussed. Again I will repeat in 5 minutes. If you understand carefully, then practice yourself. What are the subqueries? So a query that is written inside another query, that is called subquery. The first example what you discussed, the subquery is written in the select class. Yes or no? For example, select employee name comma salary from employee, within bracket I am writing select command. Select. Okay. So the subquery is used with, select. That is the first one. Practice such queries. In this case, you need to apply the operators greater than, innu, less than or equal to, any, all, multiple operators. Now the subqueries are used in the from table. So now actually select AEID from table name. Instead of writing table name, there you are writing the subquery. The subquery returns a temporary table. From that temporary table, we are retrieve the result. Now, what you return again? We apply the subquery with where class also. Yes or no? Suppose select employee ID, employee name, salary from employee. Where? Suppose employee e dot employee ID is equal to d dot employee ID. You can apply at where also. Think you understand? Suppose where employee ID is equal to used or not. So that is apply the subquery at where, and I apply the subquery with group by. Apply the subquery with group by. So we discussed. And also one more correlated subquery. One that is the subquery depends on the outer. That is called correlated subquery. Here the everything is you need to practice. Again repeat. You need to practice. Okay. So simply create multiple tables, write down the queries by applying the different conditions, and you will get the result according to that condition. Clear? Any doubts? Please ask me any doubts, no issue. Can I close? Yes. Think no doubts. I'm closing the session. Okay, fine. Thank you. Correlation. Correlation means we are writing some subquery. So up to now, what happened? The subquery returns some result. That result is used by the outer query. But correlation means related. That is the subquery result is depends on the outer query also. Yes, today class is little bit confusion 100%. Compared to previous topics, the subquery is somewhat difficult. The subquery is somewhat difficult, but if you practice, then it will be easy. Yes, only practice. Clear? Okay, thank you.